Have you ever made a point in a discussion and someone asked, "How do you know that's true?" Well, in reading and writing, we need to do the same thing. Today, we're going to learn how to find, analyze, and cite strong textual evidence to support our ideas when reading informational texts. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify explicit and implicit information in a text, distinguish between strong and weak textual evidence, cite and explain evidence effectively in writing and discussion. Let's get started. Before we start, let's clarify a few important terms. Textual evidence, quotes, summaries, or paraphrases from a text that support an argument or analysis. Explicit information, information that is directly stated in the text. For example, the sky is blue. Implicit information or inference, information that is not directly stated, but can be interpreted based on clues. For example, she grabbed an umbrella before leaving. We can infer it might rain. Strong versus weak evidence. Strong evidence is specific, relevant, and directly supports the claim. Weak evidence is vague, unrelated, or does not prove the point clearly. Now that we know the basics, let's see these concepts in action. Let's start with an easy example. Imagine this sentence from an article. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. If we were asked, at what temperature does water freeze, we can use explicit textual evidence to answer. The text directly states that water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so we would cite this sentence as our proof. This is a clear example of explicit information, since the text directly answers the question. Now, let's take a look at an example where we need to make an inference. After finishing the race, Maya doubled over, gasping for air, sweat dripping from her forehead. If we were asked, how do we know Maya was exhausted? We don't have an explicit statement like, Maya was very tired. Instead, we must use clues from the text. Doubled over, she is bending down, likely from exhaustion. Gasping for air suggests she is breathing heavily. Sweat dripping, physical sign of exertion. This is an inference. The text does not directly say she is exhausted, but we can conclude it based on the evidence given. In real life, we often need strong evidence to make convincing arguments. Let's say you're writing an essay on climate change and need evidence to support the claim that global temperatures are rising. Which of these is stronger? Weak evidence. Some people think the Earth is getting warmer. This is too vague and not based on factual support. Strong evidence. According to NASA, global temperatures have increased by 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century due to human activity. This is specific, data-driven, and from a reliable source. When choosing evidence, always ask, is it specific, relevant, and credible? Great job today. Let's quickly review what we've learned about citing strong textual evidence. Textual evidence supports our claims and arguments. Explicit evidence is directly stated. Implicit evidence requires inference. Strong evidence is specific, relevant, and credible, while weak evidence is vague or unreliable. As you read and write, always ask yourself, how do I know this? What in the text proves my point? Mastering the skill will help you become a stronger reader, writer, and thinker. The evidence is always there. You just have to know where to look. Read carefully, think critically, and let the text speak for itself. Thanks for watching. Be sure to practice finding and citing textual evidence in your own reading. See you next time.